Yeah, the knees, the hips, the thighs. A lot of times when I'm working with people who have issues with their knees, their thigh muscles are weak, okay? Because you have muscles that support the knee in the thigh. So when you touch the thigh, you feel that they're flabby and the muscle has lost a lot of tone or never had tone. And so when you're working on the thighs and you're working on these various muscles that support the joints, joints, they don't have muscles. So you have to develop the muscles around the joints, right? And so those muscles support the knee. And so and so it takes time for you to develop that strength in your thighs, to develop that tone in your thighs. And it's important that you take out the time and go through the effort that it takes. Because a lot of people, they don't like to feel that feeling in their thighs when the thighs start working, okay? So a lot of the postures that we do when we're trying to work on strengthening the thighs, when we're trying to work on strengthening the knees, require that you put some effort into developing your thigh muscles, okay? Because when you get older, you don't want to be waddling around. You don't want to be walking slew-footed, like you see people. I observe people all the time, and I see people walk like if this was their feet, they're walking like this. You want your feet to be straight. You want your hips to be straight. There's a certain way that we walk even that is supposed to accommodate the proper way of walking. When we look at modern yoga, a lot of what we do in yoga today is not really ancient yoga, right? Yoga has had a lot of innovations in it. The problem is that people are trying to say that the innovations come from real ancient times, but they really don't. In Kemetic yoga, or in the system of yoga that I teach what we call Kemetic yoga, but we also have within that that paradigm of Kemetic yoga, we also have yoga skills method. And yoga skills method focuses on the best practices of movement, the best practices of body alignment. Okay. And so there are certain things that we do, which is just based upon our current understanding of anatomy and physiology and so on and so forth. The foundation of our practice is always going to be the breath. Even if we're doing movements and postures for the thighs that are beneficial to the thighs, to the gluteus muscles, to the latissimus dorsi, the hips, and so on and so forth, we're still going to put emphasis on the breath. We're still going to put emphasis on the movement of energy, okay? And there are certain sets of postures that we do, which are very ancient because we can see them on the walls of the temples, okay? But we also do what we call just yoga, movements and postures that are designed to improve your overall health and wellness, okay? To improve movements and postures that we do and practices that we do that are therapeutic, right? So they're going to have a certain therapeutic effect. They're going to help to correct certain ailments. They're going to help to correct certain, defects in the body or certain injuries in the body, so on and so forth, right? But we know that the original intent of yoga was to have a transformative internal experience that gave one a greater connection to the divine. And so if you're walking around with your knees hurting, your back hurting, your hips hurting, and so on and so forth, that's going to have an impact on how connected you feel to this thing that we call the divine, or that we call the creator, that we call the universe, whatever we want to call it. And so, so in our system, you know, we believe that there should be a great emphasis on the achievement and the attainment of health and wellness, okay? And so that's why we focus so much on that area. So the first thing we do is work with breathing. Breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system, that's what governs your relaxation response. The parasympathetic aspect of your autonomic nervous system also governs your body's ability to heal itself, okay? So our bodies have a natural ability to heal itself. When we're under stress, the body's natural healing processes stop. When we are in a relaxed state, in a calm state, the body is going through the operations that it needs to go through to heal, to strengthen the immune system, to identify injuries and help to send healing forces into the injuries to correct the injuries, to identify foreign substances in the body that we call viruses and bacteria, and get rid of those ones which are deemed to be harmful, okay? So that's the function of your immune system. So all of those things are activated by your autonomic, by your parasympathetic nervous system. There are certain movements and postures that we do that activate the vagus nerve, which controls the parasympathetic nervous system, and which also makes a communication between the belly area, the organs and stuff down here, and the brain, okay? So that vagus nerve, it runs through your body, it runs through the neck. So when we do certain postures, so in Kemetic yoga, when we do certain movements and postures where we have to twist and we turn the head, we are activating large blood vessels that send blood, you know, into the brain to nourish the brain tissue, to nourish different glands in the brain, different glands in the throat, to nourish and affect the eyes, the ears, the skin on the face, and so on and so forth. But you are also activating the vagus nerve, which in turn is activating the parasympathetic nervous system. And so the parasympathetic nervous system is activated by controlled deep breathing and also by the vagus nerve, okay? So twisting motions of the spine, which are very prominent in the practice of Kemetic yoga, that the movements and postures that we can see on the walls of the temples in ancient Kemet. Those postures sorry. Can y'all still hear me? Anton.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Somebody just tried to call me. Okay. So so that's all I'm gonna say about that. We're gonna get into our practice. And today we're gonna work a lot on the hips, opening up the hips, strengthening the knees, strengthening the thigh muscles and so on and so forth. Opening up the hamstrings in the back of the thighs. All of these things are important. So we're gonna go through sequences that allow us to access all those different areas of the body, okay? And so as always, we're gonna briefly go through cleansing breath and through Sahu pose. The cleansing breath is to cleanse old air out of the lungs, to activate the respiratory system. The Sahu pose is to take us into a state of total relaxation of the body and the mind in order to allow us to create a baseline where we are focused, calm, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna come onto our back. We're gonna take our sandbag. So we just sandbag weighs 10 pounds. We place it on that lower abdomen because in Kemetic yoga and yoga skills method, we always put emphasis on developing your respiratory system. So the cleansing breath is fundamental. We always do the cleansing breath because the cleansing breath is going to allow us to release old air from the lungs. We separate the feet, shoulders width apart. We place the arms at the side of the body, the back of the head against the floor, okay? If you're at a point where you don't have the sandbag, you can always put your hands on your abdomen, okay? But you wanna get the 10-pound sandbag, place it there, with the arms at the side, the palms facing up, feet or the legs are shoulders width apart. And we relax the legs from the hips so that the feet can fall over towards the floor. The eyes are closed, the lips are together. We relax the facial muscles. We relax the muscles in the forehead. We relax the muscles in the temples. We want the eyes to close. We want the eyeballs to become still behind the eyelids. Relaxing the spine against the floor. Relaxing the hips. Let your legs relax all the way down to the bottom of your feet. Slowly breathe in through your nose and expand your abdomen upward. Hold the breath, open your mouth, slowly breathe out. Let your mouth close. Slowly breathe in through your nose again. Hold your breath, open your mouth, slowly breathe out. Close your mouth, breathe in slowly. Hold it, open the mouth, slowly exhale. Breathe in through the nose. Hold it, open your mouth, exhale. Now, remove the bag from your abdomen. Place it to the floor. Take your right hand and place it on the lower part of your chest. In fact, you want your hand to be right below your sternum, right below the center of your chest. You want your left hand to rest on the back of your right hand. You want your thumbs to touch together, make a pyramid shape. You want your arms to relax from the shoulder down to the elbow. You want that upper arm to be able to rest against the floor. Take your time and breathe in slowly through your nose. Breathe out slowly through your nose. As you breathe in, let your abdomen expand upward. Hold your breath, open your mouth, slowly breathe out. You want to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your nose. Let your abdomen expand slowly as you gradually breathe in. Hold your breath. Slowly breathe out through your nose. Allow the tip of your tongue to gently touch the roof of your mouth. Expanding your abdomen gradually as you breathe in. Gradually contracting your abdomen as you exhale. Releasing, relaxing the weight of your body down into the floor, down into the earth. Letting go of your legs, your feet, your toes. As you are breathing, focus your attention exclusively on your lower abdomen. You're trying to focus on the abdomen rather than focusing on the chest. Breathe in and expand the lower abdomen. Feel your breath begin 3 inches below your navel. Hold your breath. Slowly breathe out. Breathe in. And slowly breathe out. Relaxing with each exhalation of your breath. Allow your mind to become clear. So you're trying not to think about any external thoughts. Keep your mind focused on your inhalation and your exhalation. Feel the coolness of the air coming into your nostrils as you breathe in. Feel the warmth of the air along the walls of your nostrils as you breathe out. Now use your inhalation to lift your hands up off your chest. Use your exhalation to lower your arms to the floor next to your body, placing your palms downward. Let your legs come together, your feet come together. Flex your feet towards you. Contract your thigh muscles. Lift your head and shoulders until your chin comes to your chest. Elevate your hands above your thighs. When you exhale, squeeze your abdominal muscles. As you inhale, let your body rise up. Arms or shoulders height. With your exhalation, bring your hands down to your knees and let your shoulders relax. And then breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. Breathe in and slowly breathe out. Now, cross your legs into our first posture, which we call Sesh pose, variation 1. The word Sesh, which is spelled S-E-S-H, means scribe. And so we do this posture to start the process of, number 1, exploring the body and seeing what state what condition our body is in, what the needs are. It's sort of like doing a needs assessment. And so if you're teaching, you have people sit down and cross their legs. And this gives you some indication about the state of their ankles, the state of their knees, the state of their lower back and their hips. So you can see if their legs are up like this or they like this, and so on and so forth. And so your goal is always to be able to get people to be able to sit straight with the legs relaxed, the ankles relaxed, the knees relaxed, the hips relaxed. And so even if a person is like this and kind of tight, over time, as you work with them, as a person works with themselves, they're able to bring themselves into this greater state of comfortableness within the ankles, the knees, the hips, and so on and so forth. So as you practice, all of these things open up, and this particular posture begins to become easier. We're going to take the hands, we're going to hold on to the front leg, and we're going to pull, and we're going to sit up onto this hips, sit up onto your ischial-tuberosities, your hips, and what they call your sit bones. You hold on firmly here with your hands on your leg, and you press your forearms down towards your thighs. You want to have your chest lifted, your spine straight, with your shoulders down. You allow the tip of your tongue to rest comfortably on the roof of your mouth. And we're going to move the head in 4 directions to open up the muscles in the neck, to stimulate the glands and organs in the throat. Breathe in slowly and tilt your head out of the way back. As you exhale, relax your neck and let your head go back all the way. As you breathe in, bring your head up straight. As you exhale, lower your head down and put your chin to your chest. Breathe in and bring your head up straight. Slowly turn your head to the left. As you exhale, let your head turn gradually, 1 vertebra at a time, stimulating the glands and organs in your throat, stimulating the large arteries in the neck, and also stimulating that vagus nerve that runs through your body, goes through your neck, up into your brain. As you breathe in, turn your head back to the center. As you exhale, turn your head to the right. Release your neck, release your shoulders. And then turn your head back to the center and look forward. Take your right hand and place it underneath your left knee. Put your left hand in the back of your right hand, turn your chest and shoulders square with your thigh. Breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to contract your abdomen and lower your chest to your thigh. You want to try to keep your hips, your knees, and your ankles relaxed. Let your arms wrap around your leg, squeezing chest to thigh and chin to knee. Breathe in, let your abdomen expand. Breathe out, let your abdomen contract. Let go of your legs, and as you inhale, rise up. Your whole body moves as one. You turn to your right. With your exhalation, your hands come underneath your right knee. As you inhale, you lift your chest and flatten your back. And as you exhale, contract your abdomen. Lower your chest to your thigh, lower your chin down towards your knee, wrapping your arms around your leg and squeeze everything together. As with every posture that we ever do, you always want to go as far as your body allows you to go, but don't try to go further than possible. Don't try to force it. Always try to stay within your range. As you practice the movements and postures, they become better. Your body begins to change, open up to accommodate your attempt to place your body into the posture. Let go of your leg, breathe in and rise. Your arms always move with your body. You turn to the center, and as you exhale, your hands come around and you grab your knees from behind. You're gonna lead your chest here down towards the floor. So you breathe in, and as you exhale, bend from the waist, contract your abdomen as you bend forward. Keep your knees, your ankles, your hips, and your shoulders relaxed. As you inhale, extend your arms forward. As you exhale, put your hands down flat to the floor. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. And breathe in, and slowly breathe out. Breathe in, and slowly breathe out. Breathe in and rise up. Keep your arms next to your ears, hands above the head. Let your thumb and your forefingers touch together. And as you slowly breathe out, release your shoulders and let your wrists come down to your knees. I want you to feel the energy moving as your wrists come down to your knees, your shoulders relax. And then you breathe in slowly through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. Your eyes are closed, your lips are together. The tip of the tongue is gently touching the roof of your mouth. Breathing exclusively through your nose. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling out through your nose. Try not to breathe through the mouth at all. Now let's take our time and uncross our legs. We're gonna bring our legs out in front. We're gonna stretch the toes back and forth. Take the knees up and down. Take any tension out of the knees. Then from here, we're gonna come onto our hands and knees. Put our thighs together. Put our feet together. Come into like a tabletop position. Fold your toes underneath your feet. Put your hands next to your legs and take a seat onto your heels. We let the toes bend until the buttocks are able to get to the heels. The hands are gonna rest against the thighs. We're gonna relax the shoulders. We want the toes to open. We wanna lengthen the ligaments and the tendons in the feet as much as we can as we hold this position. This is called Sesh pose, variation 2. As we breathe in, we raise the arms to shoulders height. As we exhale, we come into tabletop position. We lift the feet. We wiggle the toes back and forth. We point the feet and we place the insteps to the floor. We place the hands next to the legs and we ease the weight down onto the heels, lengthening the instep. Let the hands rest upon the thighs. The shoulders relax, and we breathe in slowly. And we breathe out slowly. We place the hands into pyramid shape. We lower the hands to the floor. We inhale. As we exhale, we lower the chest to the thighs. We place the forehead into the pyramid that the hands are making. And we breathe in, slowly breathe out. Breathe in, exhale, inhale, and then exhale. Now push against the floor and come up as you inhale. Rising up, let your arms rise up to shoulders height. And with your exhalation, come up into your hands and knees. Take your right foot and bring it to the front. Okay, we're working on the different parts of the sun salutation. We bend the toes of the left foot and we lift the left knee up. We want to bend the toes. This is called lunge position. So we're working on the toes. We're working on increasing the arch in the bottom of the foot. We're also working on strengthening the thighs. So the thigh muscles and the gluteus muscles on the right side are being strengthened by coming to this position. We gently place the left knee down. We point the left foot, we place the instep down. Now we're gonna go into kneeling tekken. This is a position that works on balance, the balance centers in the brain. As we breathe in, we're rising up. Arms come up with the body, coordinating the body with the breath. With the exhalation, the hands come together. We inhale the left hand behind the right, and as we are exhaling, the hands come down to the right knee. Now we focus right here in the left thigh, the left hip. We breathe in, and as we exhale, we go into what I call half split. We're lengthening in the thigh, the front part of the thigh, the inner thigh, and the outer thigh. Opening up the hip joint. Then we're gonna go into a backward arch to go deep into the psoas muscle. We breathe in and we lift the chest. We push against the knee as we exhale and arch the spine back. Release the neck, release the shoulders. Open up the throat, open up the chest. Bring the head up. Bring the chest to the thigh. Separate the hands. Ease the hands down to the floor. Bend the toes of the left foot and lift the left knee up. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale the right foot down. Breathe in. I want you to bend your arms as you exhale and dip down and forward in one motion. Inhale and lift your upper body. Exhale, arch your spine. Now breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Fold your toes underneath your feet. Lift your knees. Inhale your hips up. Adjust your feet one at a time. Left foot forward about 2 inches. Right foot forward about 2 inches. Exhale and press backwards. Try to get your heels towards the floor. As you breathe in, rise up to the balls of your feet. Exhale your knees down to the floor. Let your head come up, look forward. Lift your feet, point your toes, place your insteps to the floor. Next, we're gonna go into Heru Im-Akit. Right hand in front of the right knee. Left hand in front of the left knee. Sit your buttocks down to your heels. Take your right forearm down to the floor. Place your left forearm down to the floor. So everybody should recognize this position. It's not called the Sphinx. It's called Heru Akit. You breathe in, you breathe out, relaxing. Then reach both hands, inhale, exhale and go forward. Transfer into the hands. Inhale up, exhale, arch the spine. And breathe in, slowly breathe out. Now in this position, you got to engage your arms. So you got to straighten your arms and lift your chest. You don't want your shoulders to collapse. You want your shoulders to press down, your neck to lengthen, your head to go back. And then from here, you fold your toes underneath, lift your knees, inhale up, push your hips up, walk your left foot forward about 2 or 3 inches only, right foot forward. And then you push back from the heel of your hands, lifting your arms, lifting your spine, lifting your legs, trying to get your feet to the floor. As you inhale, you come up to the balls of your feet. As you exhale, touch your knees down. Let your head come up, point your toes, place insteps down and breathe in. And as you exhale, relax your knees, relax your ankles, put your buttocks down towards your heels, your chest towards your thighs, your forehead towards the floor. And hold this position, and then breathe in slowly, and breathe out slowly. Let your abdomen expand against your thighs as you breathe in. Let your abdomen contract as you breathe out. Stretch your arms all the way out. Okay, keep breathing. This position, this is your restorative position. We call this Mesu Heru or child pose. This position is for bringing energy back into your body. Now, come back up onto your hands and knees. And we're going to finish off by going into your lunge on the opposite side. And so that means that your left foot goes forward. Okay? Your right foot is behind you. You lift up. You want to bend the toes. You want to point that right heel up. Lower your hips, bring your chest up. And then breathe in. Exhale, the knee down. Point, arms underneath. Inhale and rise. Coming into kneeling tekken. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, left hand behind the right. Then exhale and lower your hands down to your knee. And then breathe in. And as you exhale, you lengthen your right thigh. Breathe in and lift your chest. Exhale, arch your spine back. Let your head come up, chest to your thigh. Separate your hands, ease your hands down. Let your left leg go back. Thighs together, feet together. Breathe in, ease back into Mesu Heru. Relax your neck and shoulders and breathe in and slowly breathe out. Now, come up onto your hands and knees. Step your knees forward a little bit. Thighs together, feet together. And I want you to, again, bend your toes. You're gonna keep your feet together. You're gonna sit your buttocks down to your heels, okay? Now, everybody, different people, each person's at a different place with their comfort level. So you gotta stay within your comfort level because we're gonna add a little bit more challenge to what we're doing. So you're gonna take your inhalation, you're gonna raise your arms to shoulders height. Take your exhalation, bring your hands down. Lift your feet and wiggle your toes. Point your feet, place your insteps down. Place your hands next to your legs and take a seat onto your insteps, lengthening your feet in the opposite direction, hands to the thighs. Now, take your hands and make a pyramid shape. Lower your hands to the floor and breathe in. As you exhale, place your chest to your thighs and place your forehead into the pyramid or the merkut that your hands are making. We breathe in and breathe out. Now, as we breathe in, push against the floor and rise up. Let your arms follow your body. Spread your fingers away from your thumb, away from your fingers. Your fingers together, you spread your thumb, and then you place your thumbs into the center of your feet and let the rest of your hand rest against the floor. Try to keep your thighs together, try to keep your knees on the floor. Breathe in and lift your chest and arch your spine. As you exhale, ease down onto your forearms and relax your neck. Let your head go back. Breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Breathe in. Slowly exhale. Relax your neck and shoulders. Let your head come up, bring your chin to your chest. Push against the floor and rise. Inhale as you come up. Try not to strain your back. Let your arms come forward. Let your hands come to the floor. Okay? This is the type of work you have to do to get your ankles, your knees, your hips, your pelvis opened up again. Now, take your right foot. I want you to see, and bring it forward. I want you to see how these movements all operate together. Bend the toes of your left foot and lift your left knee up. Breathe in. Exhale, the left knee down. Point to left foot, place the instep down. Place your arms underneath your right thigh. And with your inhalation, you rise up. With your exhalation, bring your hands together. Inhale the left hand behind the right. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to your right knee. Now again, focus here. Breathe in, exhale, lengthening your thigh, open up your hip, open up your pelvis. Okay, keep your back. You don't want to lean this way. You want to keep your back straight. So your motion is going straight down. That's the geometry, going straight down towards the floor. You breathe in, you lift your chest, you push against your knee and arch your spine. Let your head come up. Let your chest come down. Separate your hands and ease your hands down. So the previous movement that we did, when we did this movement, which we call Kepra, right? When we go into Kepra, it actually helps with this movement because you're working on the same area, right? So I want y'all to feel that, know that. Your hands come down. You bend the toes, you lift your knee. You inhale the right leg up. You exhale it down. Breathe in. Slowly bend your arms as you exhale and dip down, forward, up, and back. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in, expand your lungs. Exhale. Fold your toes, lift your knees, inhale your hips up. Adjust your feet. Left foot forward, right foot forward, only about 2 inches. 1 foot forward at a time. And then you want to be able to push backwards and press your heels towards the floor. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale your knees down. Your head comes up. You lift your feet and point your toes. Bring your right hand in front of your right knee, your left hand in front of your left knee. Sit down. When we get to this position, we call this cheetah, like the fastest animal, the cheetah, Cheetah. So in ancient Kemet, you see statues of that animal sitting like this. That animal was like a pet to the pharaohs. The right forearm comes down. The left forearm comes down. Arms are straight, coming into Heru Imakit. Breathe in, slowly breathe out. Extend the hands, reach out. Transfer your weight from your knees into your hands as you go forward, back into Wajet, the cobra. Lift your chest, arch your spine. Make the muscles in your arms, your chest, your back, and your shoulders work. Breathe in, breathe out. Fold your toes, lift your knees, inhale your hips up, adjust your feet, exhale the heels back down to the floor, pushing. Breathe in, breathe out. Rise up to the balls of your feet, exhale your knees down. Let your head come up, point your toes, place your insteps down and breathe in. And as you are exhaling, easing backwards, forehead towards the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Come up onto your hands and knees. Take your left foot, bring it to the front, bend the toes of the right foot, and lift the right knee. Breathe in, exhale the right knee down, point your right foot, place the instep down. Place the arms underneath the left thigh, and as you breathe in, you rise up. As you exhale, put your hands together. Inhale the left hand behind the right, exhale your hands down to your left knee. And then breathe in, and as you exhale, lengthen your right thigh. Open up your hip. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, arching your spine. Let your head come up. Let your chest come down. Separate your hands, ease your hands down. Let your left leg come back, okay? So again, thighs together, feet together. Fold your toes underneath. Keep your feet together. Put your hands next to your legs to control your weight. Ease your weight down into your heels. We want to bring sitting on the toes into a place of comfortableness. You want to be comfortable when you sit in this position. You want your buttocks to sit on your heels. You want your toes to bend in 90-degree angles with the balls of the feet against the floor, increasing the arch in the bottom of the feet, lengthening the Achilles tendon. You want to be able to sit the hands on the thighs. You don't want to be fighting yourself by lifting your shoulders. You want your shoulders to stay flat, okay? And you're breathing in slowly. You're breathing out slowly. As you are breathing, you're working on relaxing and becoming more comfortable in the position. And then use your inhalation to elevate your arms. Use your exhalation to come forward, okay? Lift your feet, wiggle your toes. Point your feet, place your instep to the floor. This is called Sesh pose variation 3. Control your weight with your hands as you have a seat. Let your hands rest upon your thighs. Your shoulders relax. Breathe in and out through your nose. Inhale, your hands into Merkut. Exhale, your hands to the floor. Inhale and lift your chest and flatten your back. And as you are exhaling, release downward into Mesu, Merkut, Mesu Heru. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and come up. Arms follow your body. Spread your thumbs. Your goal is to be able to flow smoothly. Inhale, lift your chest, arch your spine. Exhale, down onto your forearms. Keep your knees on the floor. Open up your chest, open up your spine. Now breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let your head come up. Push against the floor and lift up with your arms. So there's no strain in your back and your shoulders. And then exhale. Then come up onto your hands and knees. Okay? And then take a seat. Bring your legs out in front. Okay? So you want to wiggle your toes. You're going to shake your knees up and down. Okay? So you kind of take the kinks out of your knees. Now, because we've been working deep into the ankles and the knees, we're going to do some practices that help to rebalance your ankles and your knees, right? So I want you to point your feet. Bring your legs together first. Then I want you to point your feet all the way straight. Your hands are going to come next to your hips to support your spine straight. You're going to point so you can feel the stretch all the way from your knees, all the way to the tip of your toes. And then you're going to separate your feet in opposite directions. Flex your feet towards you as you make a circle, and then point, separate, flex, and bring your feet together. And then point, separate, flex, and come together. One more time, point, separate your feet, and then flex as your feet come together. Okay, now hold it here with your toes pointing back towards your body. Maintain that position and separate your feet, and then point as your feet come together. And then flex back, separate, point as your feet come together, flex back, separate, and point as your feet come together, okay? So you have to do that when you're working deep into the ankles, the toes, the knees. You have to do these type of practices in order to keep everything balanced so that the next day or later on that day, you don't have a lot of discomfort happening in your ankles and your knees and your different joints, okay? So now we're gonna go into sitting or pyramid forward bending pose. We're gonna go into a sitting forward bending pose in order to open up the muscles in the spine, in order to open up the muscles in the back of the legs. So we sit with the legs together, the feet together, we flex the feet towards the body, contracting. You wanna be able to fold your arms like this, flex your feet and lift your leg up. So you want to use these muscles. Both legs. Okay. Now maintain that contraction of your legs. Bend your knees a little bit. Put your hands behind your knees and sit up onto your hips, your pelvis. And then let your hands come to your knees. And slide your hands down towards your ankles. Put your left hand behind your left leg. Your right hand comes behind your right leg. Breathe in and lift your chest. And as you exhale, lower your chest towards your thighs. And then stop, breathe in again. As you exhale, try to go a little bit further. Relaxing. Your goal is to touch your chest to your thigh and to touch your chin to your knees. Breathe in and slowly exhale, relax, go deeper. Let go of your legs, extend your arms. Inhale up, exhale, your hands down to your knees and relax your shoulders. And breathe in and slowly breathe out. Let your eyes close. Observe inwardly. Inhale and then exhale. Now, flex your feet towards your body. Bend your knees. Thighs together, feet together. Sit up. Let your hands come down. Left hand in the back of the left leg. Right hand in the back of the right leg. Inhale. And as you exhale, ease downward. Breathe in again. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, relax further into the position. Let go. Extend. Inhale, up. Exhale, legs down, hands down to the knees. Relax your shoulders and breathe in and slowly breathe out. Breathe in and slowly breathe out. Now, again, one more time, bend the knees. I want you to feel that you can go deeper and more comfortably with each repetition of the movement. Hands behind the knees, sit up onto your sit bones. Let your hands slide down. Left hand behind the left leg, right hand behind the right leg. Inhale and lift your chest. And with your exhalation, ease yourself down. Breathe in. Exhale, relax into the position. Breathe in. Exhale. Let go. Inhale up. Legs down. Flex your feet. Exhale your hands down to your knees. And then breathe in. And then breathe out. So in this sequence, the next posture that we're going to do is one leg forward bending pose. And this is going to isolate into the muscles that we're working with on a deeper level. So with your legs together, your feet together, you take your right hand and lift it up to shoulders height, and you grab hold of your right ankle, and you pull your right foot to the inner part of the left thigh. Relaxing your right hip. Relax your right knee. Your left leg is going to stay straight. You're going to flex your feet towards you. Your goal is going to be to reach your hands around the bottom of your foot, close to your heel. That's what your ultimate goal is, right? So when I say your goal, I'm not saying you got to do that right now. Over time, as you keep working with your body, as you keep opening up your different systems in your body, you want to eventually be able to grab your hands around your knee, around the heel of your foot. When I first started doing this, I could do like this maybe, okay? So it takes time, okay? So your hands are on your knee. Before you go into the position, you have to clear your mind. So you got to open up your mind. You got to release all external thoughts, all thoughts about doubt and so on and so forth out of your mind, and focus on your breath, relaxing your body, breathing in, breathing out. As you breathe in, let your arms rise to shoulders height. As you exhale, you're going to have 3 release points. You exhale and lengthen out through your lower back, lengthen out through your ribs, lengthen through your shoulders, and trying to get your hands around the bottom of your feet, of your foot. If you can't grab your foot, grab your ankle, grab your leg, grab something, whatever is closest to you. Try to fold your body in half. Inhaling. Exhale, chest towards the thigh, chin down towards the knee. Inhaling and exhale. Let go of your foot, inhale up. And with your exhalation, let your hands come down and rest upon your left knee. And breathe in and slowly breathe out. Now switch legs. Right leg goes down. Left foot comes in to the inner part of your right thigh. Flexing your right foot towards you, contracting. Okay? Hands rested upon the knee. This movement that we're doing, if a person has injuries to the knee, this movement where we flex the foot, contract the muscles on top of the leg, which allows the muscles in the back of the leg to stretch. This is very therapeutic for the knee. It helps the knee to heal itself without the need to having surgery a lot of times. This is one of the power postures that I recommend that you do when you have injuries to your knee. You take your arms, you breathe in, you lift them up to shoulders height. As you exhale, lengthen, reaching for your foot. Inhaling and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, exhale. Let go of your foot. Inhale yourself up, arms, shoulders height. With your exhalation, place your hands to your knee. And then breathe in and breathe out. After you finish your movement, it's important that you take time to slow down and to take slow, deep breaths. Inhaling, exhaling. A lot of the modern yoga that people are doing is done too fast. When you're doing it real fast, that's not really yoga. When you're doing it without the breath, that is not yoga at all. That's just stretching. You want to make sure that you always involve the breath, that you go slowly, and you try to use your inhalation and exhalation to release your body into the position and to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system so your body can heal itself, okay? So now, let's bring both legs together, wiggle the toes, shake the knees out, shake the knees up and down. And then we're gonna come up to a standing position, okay? So we're gonna take the legs, we're gonna bend them, put the feet to the floor. Transfer your weight onto the bottom of your feet. Straighten your legs as you bend forward. Inhale up. Rise up on your inhalation. Then exhale, or come up the best way you can, but stand up. Just be looking at me. Okay, now we're gonna do this one posture, which is gonna take us a little bit deeper into the hip joint, into the hamstrings, in the back of the thigh, into the gluteus muscles, throughout the entire spine, okay? So I want you to go to the back part of your mat. You're going to take your left leg, your left foot, you're going to step forward like this. Okay? So you're going to have about 2.5 to 3 feet between your front foot and your back foot. Okay? And you want your hips to pivot so that you're like in this direction towards your mat, right? Okay. You're going to take your left hand, you're going to grab your right wrist behind your back. Okay. So all we're going to do is just bend forward. Okay. Turn your back foot. No, the other way. No, this way towards me. Your feet too wide apart. Okay. All right. So from here, we're going to simply go into a forward bend with the emphasis in the muscles in the back of the leg, of the left leg. So the hips are going to shift back. You breathe in, and as you exhale, ease your body forward, going downward on your exhalation. You breathe in, slowly exhale, relax forward. Relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders. Breathe in and slowly breathe out. As you breathe in, I want you to rise up. Move from your waist. Come up. Don't strain your back. Come up from your hips. Don't strain your neck. Come up from your hips. Then exhale, once your back is straight, straighten both your legs. Get your hips underneath, find your balance. Okay? Let your arms come down. Then you're going to switch legs. So you're going to put your right foot forward. Left foot is back. You're going to hold one wrist behind your back with your hand. Okay? Then from here, we breathe in. We shift the hips back as we exhale. Breathe in. Slowly exhale. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Inhale yourself up. Rise up with your inhalation. And then exhale. And relax. Let your arms come down next to your body. Okay? Now, I want you to take your mats, turn them this way. Turn them the same way my mat is going. Okay. Now don't go so close to the wall because we're going to be going to the side, right? So keep some space. So what I want you to do is to bring your feet about 4 to 5 inches beyond the width of your shoulders. Okay. So now we're going to work on another variation of the triangle pose. Okay. So this is going to take us a little bit deeper into the hips. It's going to take us into strengthening the thighs on your left leg. which is gonna be this side for you. So I'm gonna do this side. On your left leg, you're gonna lift up on your left heel. You're gonna rotate your left foot. Don't do it like that. Lift your foot up first. Now pivot, and then put it flat. And then let it bend and go into it. And engage. Hit that thigh. Hit it back there. Okay. I want that thigh muscle to get strong and firm. Okay. So when y'all be twerking on the 4th of July, y'all be doing it good. I'm sorry. I know y'all not gonna be twerking except for Afro. She might be doing it. Okay. Hips to the front. Okay. So everything is lined up. So you want your foot to line up this way. You want your knee to line up with your foot. Okay, with your toes. Then your hips, your chest, and your shoulders all line up to the front. You're gonna take your right hand and put it to the left side of your body. Okay, switch, because I'm trying to go with you all. Take this arm, put it over there. Take this arm, focus at your shoulder, and rotate it. Come on, Jewel, get it together now. Stretch out, lift your arm up, put your arm next to your ear. Arm next to the ear. Now keep this knee bent. Breathe in. I want you to lower that shoulder down onto the thigh. Straighten your elbow, lower that shoulder down, not the elbow, put your shoulder to your thigh. Breathe in, breathe out, push against your foot and rise up as you breathe in. Now turn your right arm out, exhale it down, right hand down, come up on your heel, pivot your foot, okay? Woo, that's a little kink in there, okay? So what we're trying to do, this is really simple, but we're trying to get that hip joint, that rotator, that ball and socket of the hip. We're trying to get that rotation in there to open it up. So now, same thing on this side. This should be your right. You come up on your right heel and you pivot. And then you put your foot flat, and then you bend. As you bend that knee, you're engaging your thigh. Okay? You take your right hand to the left side of your body. Your left arm is pointing down. Put your arm down here. Focus at your shoulder and rotate your arm. Breathe in, lift your arm next to your ear. As you exhale, release in your right hip and put your right shoulder to your right thigh. Come straight down. And then breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. As you inhale, rise up. Turn your arm out, exhale, lower your arm, come up on your heel, pivot your foot, okay? Now relax and breathe. So when you finish your practice, you want to be able to breathe and feel how much deeper your breath has become. Okay, now readjust. You don't want to be too wide or too close. Okay. So now we're going to go into another variation of our triangle pose. We're going to try to go deep into those hip joints. We're going to pivot on the left heel. So you come up all the way up, turn your foot, let it go flat. Once your foot is flattened, Then you gradually engage by bending into the knee. Okay? Now, you want your hips, chest, and shoulders to come to the front. Okay? So we kind of isolate the body. We got to teach the body how to do two or three different things at the same time without one interfering with the other. Okay? Then we got to do Wakanda forever. And then we breathe in. We exhale, hands together. We inhale the back of the hands together. And we exhale the arms out, making straight line. Now breathe in. You're going to put your left hand next to your left foot as you exhale. Right arm points straight up. Now rotate your right arm and exhale it out over your ear. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift the right arm, push against the left foot and rise. Breathe in, come up on your heel, pivot your foot, lower your arms as you exhale. So you return back to this position precisely. And then inhale, breathe, exhale. Okay? Now we got to repeat the same thing on the opposite side. Sometimes you might have to adjust your feet in between the movements. Okay? Now come up onto your right heel, lift your foot, and then pivot. Place your foot flat, then gradually bend. This is what we call engage. When you bend that knee, you're engaging the quadriceps muscle in the thigh, the tibius muscle in the outside of your thigh. Okay? So when you engage here, that's when you get that firm thigh, that firm buttock muscle. Okay? Then you want your hips, your chest, and your shoulders to come square. And then Wakanda forever. And then we breathe in, we breathe out. Inhale, back of the hands together. Exhale, make a straight line. You're just gonna come out to here. This is what they call warrior pose, right? Breathe in, and then as you exhale, lower down until the hand touches the floor. Rotate your left arm, exhale it out over your ear. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift the left arm, inhale up, push against that right foot, inhale up, come up on the heel, pivot, lower the arms as you exhale, and then breathe. Inhale, exhale. You can put your arms down now, Jewel. She's still there. Okay? You have to excuse me. Sometimes I get delirious. Okay? Now, from where we are, you're going to, this is your right leg, right? I want you to come up under your heel and you're going to pivot and put your foot flat. Now put your foot flat, let your knee bend. Okay. Now, Yin Yang. This is a Yin Yang symbol, right? Everybody know what that is, right? Positive, negative, open and close, electric, magnetic, male, female, opposites. Breathe in and then exhale. Go down, come up onto your left heel and rotate. Use your hands if you need to. Take a seat. Okay, good. So you go down as far as you can go. In the beginning stages, like even I had to use my hands because you got to get everything warmed up, right? So we get into that rotation in that hip joint, in that ball and socket of the hip, okay? And then from here, the left hand is on top of the left leg. We're gonna take the left hand and lift it, breathe in. When you exhale, try to put your hand over the top of your foot. So you feel that opening in the back of your thigh, in your hip joint, in your lower back. Let your opposite hand reach forward, grabbing your foot, and you try to get your head down, your chest towards your thigh, your head down towards your knee, as far as you can go comfortably. You breathe in, and then you breathe out. Let go and come up. Inhale up, exhale your hands down. Okay, then breathe in and breathe out. Okay, now the hardest part is to stand back up again. Okay, well that's just as hard as to come down. But so because we just getting the body warmed up a little bit, you got to do it gradually. So we lift this leg up. Your goal is to lift this knee and to get your weight on this foot. When you get your weight onto this foot, it allows this leg to handle the lifting part. So if you bring your foot in there like that, Afra, you'll be stuck there. Your foot has to be to the outside of your hip. Okay? So when I say outside, this is the inside of your hip. The hip is here. I want my foot to be towards the outside of the hip. I want to keep this leg flex. I'm going to push my weight up onto my feet, and I'm going to push, lift up. That ain't what I'm doing. Okay, push up. Don't bend over. Push straight up. So don't come up like this, right? You want to come up from the bottom up. Okay. Stay where you are. Sit down. Sit down. Flex. Bring this foot back. Put your arms over there. Both? Yeah. Give me your arms. Now just push straight up. Don't bend this leg. Keep this leg straight. Flex your foot. Push up. Okay, give me hands. Keep that down. Flex this. Stop fighting. Like you're about to box me to death. Let go. You're so tight. Keep this there. Lean forward. Push up. Yeah, there you go. Push up. Good. Okay. All right. Now, same thing on the opposite side. Okay. So let's come out. And eventually you're gonna be going up and down like it ain't nothing. Okay. So bring your feet out. Now this is your left leg, right? So now you're gonna pivot. You're gonna put your foot flat, and you're gonna go into the Yin Yang, what they call Yin Yang symbol. This is an ancient Kemetic symbol. Okay. Now breathe in, exhale, bend, going down, Come up on this heel, on your right heel, rotate and take a seat. No, nope, nope. The other way. Yeah, put your booty down. Yeah, like that. Okay. So when you sit like this, you feel this hip on this side, you feel that hip opening. You got to get both your buttocks down onto the floor so that the hip has to open. Okay, this takes time. It takes effort, but the effort and the time is worth it. Because when you get 70, 80, 90, 100 years old, you can still do this stuff, right? And it's not the matter that you can still do it. The fact that you can still do it is an indication of your youthfulness and how you have retained your youthfulness by retaining your ability to do certain postures, okay? So everything that you're doing at this point on, no matter how old you are, is an investment in your future. Because 5, 10 years from now, you want to be able to do these postures very well, okay? So from here, take your right hand, put your right hand on your leg. You're going to inhale your right arm up. You're going to exhale and reach for your foot. Come on, Jewel. Come on, Jewel. Let's do it. Even if you can't do this from a standing position, just sit down, open up your legs, and lengthen your body. Okay? Breathing in, breathing out. Take your opposite hand and reach for your foot. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up, exhale. Okay? Now take this left knee, lift it up. Lift it up. We got to be showing off, amethyst. Okay. Now, make sure you get this, make sure you keep this foot to the outside of your hip. You got to direct your weight onto the bottom of both your feet. Now, don't lean like this. I want you to come up, chest up, and then push with the legs and push up. Huh? Okay, now, when you get to here, keep your feet spread out, turn your toes in, and I want you to push your hips back. And I want you to bend downward, and I want you to put your hands to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, take your hands. I want you to walk one hand at a time, walking forward, one hand at a time. Then I want you to lower your hips towards the floor, keeping your feet on the floor. Lower your hips down, open up your inner thigh, keep your chest up. Exhale. Now push back up. And I want you to push backwards and push your hips back. Okay? Put your hands on your legs right above your knees and lift up. Stand up. What you call this, Calvin? Mashed potatoes? Watusi or something? Yeah. Uncle Willie, yeah. Okay, Uncle Willie yourself back up to standing position and then take a seat. Come like this first. Open up your hips. Sit down, squat. Okay. When we in Africa, we out of the bush. This is how we take a nice dump. Okay. It's tremendous. Everything come out. Whoosh. Come out good. You'd be like surprised. Okay. Everybody was so impressed when we was in Gambia, Senegal, somewhere. They was like, wow. They wanted to make YouTube videos. I was like, no, don't make no video of that. Okay, so let's have a seat. So you want to get to the point where you can sit, get your knees open, get your hips open, get your ankles open, and be able to sit comfortably in that squatting position. Okay, that's how indigenous people do stuff. They put their stuff on the ground and they make their patties and their bread and they different things. They don't be, they get their knees and their hips, pelvis open, ankles open. So that's what we're working on when we practice yoga. That's one of the things we're trying to do. When people talk about how yoga, the word yoga, that comes from India. But when people talk about yoga comes from India, like nobody else in the world does yoga. Everybody do yoga to some type of form. They may not use that word, but everything they're doing is yoga. When you see a Maasai person and they tending to the cows, they watching the cows and they standing in the tree pose. Just naturally. They don't have to go to a yoga class. They just stand in the tree pose and they just do it naturally. Okay. So everything we do is just natural. We kind of go back and return to our natural self, our natural selves, our natural abilities to be open, to be healthy. Everything that we do helps to increase our ability to have good bowel movements, to have good blood circulation, to keep our reproductive organs healthy. So, the uterus in the women, all the organs associated with it, the different glands and organs in the men, and so on and so forth. Okay. So we're going to, so if we was going deeper, we can go really deep into these hips and pelvis, right? So when we go to Jamaica, which I'm going to be leaving for Jamaica on the 12th of July, but because we're out in the hot sun, we go deep into the hips, deep into the pelvis, right? Because the heat of the sun helps to open up everything, helps you to sweat. The heat helps things to release, okay? The sweating is going to release toxins. And because when we're in Jamaica, we do our 10-day retreat there, we are also eating nothing but fresh fruits and vegetables, okay? So we go from Jamaica in July to Egypt and then Ghana in August. And then in September, we go to Brazil. And then next November, then in November again, we go back to Egypt and Ghana, okay? So, so we're going to end our class in the kinetic way. So we're gonna cross our arms. Even though I say Wakanda forever, this is an ancient kinetic symbolic body position. So with our eyes closed and with sincerity, we give thanks and praise to the Creator and to our ancient ancestors who have revealed to us this knowledge of rejuvenation and revitalization. So as we step into the future with the knowledge from the past, the breath will be able to flow long, slow, and deep to bring rejuvenation, revitalization, balance, and harmony to the mind, the body, and the spirit. And then we said the word Hotep. Hotep simply means peace. And then we say Onk Uja Senel, which means life, health, and prosperity. Onk Uja Senel. Okay, so thank you very much. Oh, y'all need to meet Sister Amawi. You have a hard name to say. Your name harder than mine. She's gonna be teaching while I'm going. She's gonna be teaching Saturdays and Sundays here. He's right here. Raise your hand up. So she'll be teaching Saturdays and Sundays. Then somebody else will be teaching Tuesdays and Thursdays. To be named, to be determined. Okay. $10. Yeah. Yeah, we have teacher training online. We got all these people here. Yeah.